Welcome to KYC Media News. We bring you the greatest and most up-to-date news of the day, and we invite you to stay tuned.
Putin condemns Western sanctions. Zelensky hails Ukraine's conceivable Ukraine's president. Putin condemns Western sanctions. President Vladimir Putin has described the sanctions imposed by the West on Russia in response to its invasion of Ukraine as mad and foolish. The economic blitzkrieg against Russia had no chance of succeeding from the very beginning, he stated at a seminar in St. Petersburg. He claimed that those who imposed the limits were the ones who were most harmed. Western countries have been trying to find a middle ground between punishing Russia and safeguarding their industries. He said that inflation was rising across the EU's 27 members, and that the actual interests of European citizens were being ignored, but he didn't explain what that meant. However, Mr. Putin's own officials have warned that the sanctions are wreaking havoc on the Russian economy. The international response, according to Central Bank Governor Elvira Nabiullina, threatens 15% of the country's GDP. Ms. Nabiullina also seemed gloomy about the prospects of any imminent recovery, telling delegates at a conference in St. Petersburg that it's obvious to everyone that it won't be as it was before. External conditions have changed for a long time indeed, if not forever, she said. But speaking at the annual St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, President Putin claimed the EU could lose more than $400 billion, £326 billion, because of its sanctions against Russia. But, despite reports that an increasing number of business owners are focusing their energies on international operations, Mr. Putin tried to strike an upbeat tone and urged Russia's top enterprises to maintain working in the country. Invest in this area. It's safer to stay at home. Those who refuse to listen have lost millions of dollars in foreign markets, according to Mr. Putin. The 69-year-old Putin also addressed concerns about a worldwide food crisis caused by the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, suggesting that Russia could greatly increase grain and fertilizer exports. He estimates that grain exports might reach 50 million tons. Zelensky hails Ukraine's conceivable Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, has stated that his country's membership in the European Union would be beneficial to the Union. During his most recent video address, he stated, "Our reconciliation with the European Union is not simply favorable for us. This is the most significant contribution to Europe's future in recent years." Zelensky said the EU could get its power, freedom and future improvement with Ukraine as a part. "We are one stage away from the start of full combination into the European Union," the president told his nation, adding that Ukrainian qualities were European qualities. "European mix would decidedly affect Ukraine's residents," he said. "The nearer we are to other European nations, the more open doors we should guarantee a cutting-edge, secure life for all Ukrainians." His remarks follow the European Commission's choice on Friday to suggest that Ukraine and Moldova be allowed EU competitor status. At the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum on Friday, Putin said Moscow has nothing against Ukraine joining the EU, since it is certainly not a tactical association, a political association like NATO. A picture showing an off-kilter seeming trade between French President Emmanuel Macron and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has in no time turned into an image via virtual entertainment in Ukraine and then some. While it seems Macron is embracing Zelensky, he is as a matter of fact murmuring in his ear. The unequivocal second occurred at the determination of a joint news gathering with Zelensky and 4 European pioneers, including German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. President of the World Economic Forum Chinese President Xi Jinping on Friday joined in and tended to the whole meeting of the 25th St. Petersburg International Economic Forum in virtual organization upon greeting. Xi brought up that the world is confronted with significant changes and a pandemic both concealed in a really long period. Monetary globalization is confronting headwinds, and there are remarkable difficulties to the execution of the UN's 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. At the point when the worldwide local area is so sharp about accomplishing more even-handed, manageable and secure turn of events, we ought to jump all over chances, figure out difficulties, and work on the execution of the Global Development Initiative to fabricate a common eventual fate of harmony and success. That's what 11 said. First, we want to encourage an empowering climate for improvement. We really should follow genuine multilateralism, regard and backing all nations' quest for improvement ways fit to their public circumstances, construct an open world economy, and increment the portrayal and voice of developing business sectors and non-industrial nations in worldwide financial administration, with the end goal of making worldwide advancement more adjusted, facilitated and comprehensive. Second, we really want to reinforce advancement associations. We must improve North-South and South collaboration, pool participation assets, stages and organizations of advancement associations, and scale up advancement help, to fashion more noteworthy cooperative energy for improvement and close the advancement hole. Third, we want to progress financial globalization. We actually must fortify delicate availability of advancement approaches and worldwide principles and norms, reject endeavors at decoupling, supply interruption, one-sided authorizations and greatest strain, eliminate exchange boundaries, keep worldwide modern and supply chains stable, tackle the demolishing food and energy emergencies, and restore the world economy. Fourth, we want to seek after advancement-driven improvement. We really should open the capability of advancement-driven development, work on the standards and institutional climate for advancement, separate obstructions to the progression of advancement factors, extend trades and participation on advancement, work with more profound coordination of science and innovation into the economy, and ensure the products of development are shared by all. Xi called attention to that the basics of the Chinese economy, its solid versatility, tremendous potential and long-haul manageability, stay unaltered. We have full trust in China's financial turn of events. China will keep on advancing excellent turn of events, extend exclusive expectation opening up with firm determination, and seek after Great Belt and Road participation, he said. China stands prepared to work with Russia and any remaining nations to investigate improvement possibilities, share valuable learning experiences, and make new commitments to extending worldwide improvement participation and building a local area with a common future for humankind, Xi added. The whole meeting of the 25th St. Petersburg International Economic Forum was held in a web-based in addition to disconnected design in St. Petersburg, Russia on June 17. Russian President Vladimir Putin, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart K. Tokayev, among others. UN new Deputy Representative for Afghanistan. The United Nations on Friday reported another agent extraordinary delegate for Afghanistan, yet it's indistinct the way in which soon the world body might supplant its high-ranking representative there. For the present, the recently delegated political issues agent, German negotiator Markus Potzel, will be accountable for the UN's political mission in Afghanistan, UN Representative Farhan Haq said. The declaration came a day after Deborah Lyons finished her residency as the UN Central Delegate in Afghanistan, leaving with a regret for a country that was reshaped by Taliban aggressors' takeover last year. I could never have envisioned, when I acknowledged this work, the Afghanistan that I am presently leaving, she said in a proclamation Thursday, adding that my heart breaks for Afghan young ladies and ladies kept from school and work due to Taliban orders. It is significantly more difficult, as a lady, to leave my Afghan sisters in the condition they are in, she said. Haq declined to give a course of events for naming a replacement for Lyons, who accepted the position in 2020. Potzel, a vocation negotiator, filled in as Germany's minister to Afghanistan from 2014 to 2016 and his country's extraordinary delegate for Afghanistan and Pakistan from 2017 into the year before. He's conversant in numerous dialects, including Dari, one of Afghanistan's true dialects. In the wake of getting through long stretches of war and dry spell, Afghanistan plunged into emergency when the Taliban acquired control last August as the US and NATO powers were pulling out from the country they had attacked 20 years sooner. The Taliban immediately began upholding severe measures, including decrees expecting ladies to cover their countenances with the exception of their eyes in broad daylight and prohibiting young ladies from going to class past the 6th level. In the midst of worldwide authorizations, the Afghan economy imploded, and a huge number of individuals fell into neediness. The UN, also, other guide offices have been battling to raise the $4.4 billion they said was required for helpful guide in Afghanistan this year. In the interim, bombings and different assaults on regular people have continued. a severe Taliban rival, the Islamic State Gatherings Afghanistan member, has guaranteed liability regarding a large portion of the assaults. Pakistan is following Sri Lanka's path engulfed in Chinese debt. Pakistan is aimlessly following Sri Lanka's way, which will lead the country to fall into the Chinese obligation trap. Pakistan's as of now delicate economy experienced one more misfortune when as of late China requested reimbursement, by November 2023, of $55.6 million for the Lahore Orange Line project, announced Italian distribution Osservatorio Globalizzazione. In the meantime, toward the finish of March, the unfamiliar trade safes held by the State Bank of Pakistan fell by an enormous $2.915 billion, because of the reimbursement of outer obligation. Hence, Pakistan faces a depressing financial future, all things considered. The Chinese organization, China Railway North Industries Corporation, CR Norinco, which finished the Lahore Orange Line project in 2020, has requested from the Punjab Mass Transit Authority an extraordinary amount of $45.3 million toward the finish of March 2023 and the excess exceptional of $10.5 million before the year's over. CR Norinco has demanded that all levy be reimbursed before the expiry of the agreement on November 16, 2023, detailed Osservatorio Globalizzazione. China has made a hard deal with Pakistan with regards to compensations on its credits and different interests in Pakistan. In the financial year 2021 to 2022, Pakistan paid around $150 million towards interest to China for utilizing a $4.5 billion Chinese Exchange Finance Office. In the monetary year 2019 to 2020, Pakistan paid $120 million towards interest on $3 billion in credits.